What's up, you sluts?
What's going on, guys?
What up, beaches?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone.
Of course,
Apparently.
Fab. Of course,
Fucking
Fab's on the
yeah.
phone. Right?
Damn you,
Like,
guys.
we did a fucking day at the winery, drinking, playing cornhole. Oh, fuck it up.
Remember that
Look at
one
his
time?
eyes. He's
Remember
lit
that-
up.
America.
Remember that one time when we
Fancy
scheduled a podcast and like, you know, you're supposed to be in it. Remember that one time?
Yeah, no, it's you know.
Remember that
It's
one
of
time when
those.
people are already doing stuff and you plan last minute podcasts? It's great.
It's
Well,
cool.
don't be mad because you were fucking bear hunting in goddamn fucking wherever the hell
Yeah.
you were.
How'd it go, dude? How many bears did you get? And what were their
Final?
69.
69. Hell yeah, dude.
Good amount of bears.
Were they
I mean,
hot?
we're all big guys, so they're that kind of bears, you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait.
Your phone sucks. There, Fab.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's gonna keep going in and out, dude.
Is it going in and out?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Uh,
That's all right.
I'm
At least we're not
I'm on the
doing
fucking Wi-Fi.
At least we're not doing a video this time today. All right. So stop drinking your wine and playing with yourself, motherfucker. And let's go.
I got fucking Mexican Modelo's now.
So the guy at the pool table's been nice to you?
Yeah, he's nice. If you want his number, I'll give it to you. That way you don't have to go all the way up to Big Bear anymore.
Big old balls.
Yeah. He's good, dude.
Hell yeah. Hey,
So-
Let's try and mount this
all
fucking
right.
thing here.
Welcome everybody. Keys to the Jet, episode 7. This time I didn't forget. Woo!
Yeah.
I'm Red, as always, with
Rhino.
And Blackbeard.
Bam.
Fab. And who do we got?
Fab,
Who do we got today?
Oh, I guess that's me. That's Lil Mikey.
Lil Mikey.
Yeah.
So
And
we
this
don't
is
know-
this is Blackbeard's guest?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm sorry, little Mikey.
We were
So-
stationed together up in Alaska in the 90th.
You know, if you use that name, there's 3 of us. So you
That's
got Fab, who's a Mikey, and then myself, and then yourself. But hey,
Well,
Three
like
mics
it.
don't make it wrong.
yeah, we had to come up with something because if you use my last name, everybody knows automatically who I am. So
oh shit. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's the same as Fab, so it is what it is. I don't even think people know my real last name. They just know me as fucking Fab.
It's all the same.
Hell yeah.
Trying to
How you
figure out
doing
how to
today,
put
man? How you doing, little Mikey?
I'm good, man. He got the time zones wrong, and so Blackbeard's had me over here waiting like I was waiting for Metal Shop to come fix a fucking screw or some shit.
Fucking sheet metal.
Fucking sheet metal.
Having
Every
waiting
time.
like sheet metal. That's fucked up, Blackbeard, dude. What kind of friend are you?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
Kind of
He's-
messed up.
Dude's been sitting there with the dash 4 open for like 3 hours.
Yeah, like I'm about to switch to Four Locos. I've been waiting so long.
Oh shit. This podcast is gonna get crazy with 4 locos. Hell yeah, dude.
Woo!
Hey, Red, little Mikey was in the what was it, 95th one? Same time as you were around there?
Really?
Not for long, but yeah. Maybe you guys ran into each other.
Possibly. I don't know. What year? What year?
Very, very, very short period of time. I think it was it would have been 08.
Okay. Yeah, I was in the second.
Hmm.
In 08. I mean, we would have seen each other across the ramp, Our lights were on all night fucking long while they were going home.
Yeah, I did
That kind of shit.
I did a lot of switching around real quick, and then ended up at the 90th for a while, and so it was that. Then I went to the 12th, and the 12th got disbanded in Alaska, and then switched over to the 19th, and they had me for like 2 weeks, and then I went to the 90th, and then I spent several years there.
Hell
then,
yeah.
Then went to the Azores, the land of unwanted toys, and
Oh, were you TA out there?
yeah,
Oh man, I tried to get
When
out
are you out in
there.
the Azores?
I tried to get out there so many times.
Hey,
what did you say?
Azores is just
When were you
a
out in
gas and
Azores?
go.
Yeah, Azores was TA and crash recovery.
Were you out there with Terry Prand?
Was not.
No?
It was
Is he-
2011 to 2013.
Oh, yeah, he would have been out there like 2008 to 2010, 2009 to 11, something like that.
So probably just missed him then.
Maybe
Yeah.
took his spot.
So I heard you're not a little Mikey. I heard you're a big corn-fed motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Is this true?
I'm 6'7", 310.
God fucking shit. Yeah, you're a
monster.
big motherfucker.
Hell
You're
yeah,
big
dude.
motherfucking Mikey. BFM. That's what you're gonna be from now on.
Surprised they didn't call you Jolly Green, dude.
Yeah, no, everybody just always called me by my last name, man. So it was real fitting. So
Yep.
That's why I said if I said my last name, well, shit, everybody knows now at this point. Anybody that knows me.
It's just like here, everybody knows our fucking names already. We were in the beginning, we were like, hey, let's use code names, bro. You can call me Nighthawk. And then we're just like, hey, Arn. Oh, I mean, Jake. Oh fuck. Oh shit. And then we're like sharing everything on the socials and whatnot. So,
If you don't
everybody
want anybody
knows.
to know you, we could like 60 minutes your face and adjust your voice.
Oh yeah, I could change your voice to where you sound like this.
Yeah, he's the new whistleblower that just came
Yeah,
out.
we'll fucking block it out.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries.
Somebody tag
We're back.
OSI.
Yeah.
Oh, they're watching this shit for sure.
You want to tell your story about OSI there, little Mikey?
Not really.
All right.
Everybody's got a good OSI story.
Yeah, I think everybody's has a good one.
I bet mine's better than yours.
See, I don't really have one. I only know of what happened to people. I don't have one myself because I mean,
Yeah,
Nice.
you got a good story.
hell yeah.
Yeah, strippers and coke will do that to you.
Fucking A right.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
50-50.
Wait, did you add motorcycles to it too? Strippers, coke, motorcycles?
No, I didn't have any motorcycles over there.
Oh wow. I mean, hey, that close.
He would have been in Cuba if he had motorcycles with him.
I mean,
We had a dude at Little Rock that was okay. This dude was like a senior airman, right? Or I guess at the time he was A1C. But dude bought like a $500,000 house, had like a big old fucking Cummins truck that was like fully decked out, like not on this dude's pay scale at all. So everybody was like, dude, you got like rich parents? And he's like, oh no, they're both dead. Where the fuck's he getting all this goddamn money? Turns out for the longest time, OSI had been investigating him. They went as far as put a tech sergeant female in his ALS class. And she was her job was to get close to this dude, try to get him to sell it to her. Ended up doing it in the main classroom during like a break time. OSI was on the second floor of the ALS
Like
building.
doing it? Hold on. Like doing it?
No, like selling the drugs. Like in the classroom. So OSI, she basically told OSI, hey, it's gonna go down today. They staged in their little task force on the second floor and waited until basically she bought it, ran down and got the guy. Turns out this dude goes down to Florida every day or like every month, picks up like 50 pounds of coke, and then just distributes it to, I think it was like 30 or 40 military people on the base, including like pilots, base commanders, like some high level shit. So he got off because he narked on him, but then he went into like he disappeared for like 2 years and then he just kind of resurfaced. But yeah, a couple base commanders got fired. Yeah,
That's
fucking cocaine cowboy of the Air Force, bro.
Man, that's what really ground my gears about it, is because it was like so many years and I made one mistake one time based on some dude that I made the mistake and I owned up to it, but I made one mistake. And throughout the years, like, and you know how many dudes I knew that were taking pills and doing stuff, and it was like, I mess up one time and that's whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Did you hear the story about
shit?
The dude that blew up his house that I talked about? I don't know if you followed the podcast at all.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
He's making meth for
around in his basement.
Yeah, there's always fucking. We had a guy at Tyndall that was cooking meth in his bathtub on base. Also,
I think I was working.
Troop.
I think I was working. What is it when you go from maintenance to working with the cops for a while? What is that called again?
Augmentee shit.
Yeah.
Article 15.
Yeah. No. I was an augmentee.
Please rise.
They were talking about that bullshit out in base housing.
It's like the old saying: if you ever see a maintainer in his blues, what's the phrase that comes to mind? And it says, "Will the defendant please rise?" Every time.
No,
every time I put mine on.
That or like you got fucking people doing DUIs every day out in Panama City.
Dude, you remember when everybody had to come in on the weekend? Every squadron at Tyndall, or every maintenance squadron at Tyndall.
Every maintenance squadron came in Saturday and Sunday
We had to do
Straight
that
up.
with the Spice Girls.
We did that shit at Mountain Home. We had a guy get a DUI on his way in to the Commander's Call in Blues. So good times.
Dang, dude.
We had a dude that was asleep in the, so he had like a crew cab truck, and it was in the wintertime. Somebody dropped him off at his truck. He turned the truck on, turned all the lights off, turned the heater on, jumped in the back seat and passed out just to stay warm because it was like snowing real bad. So of course, Arkansas State Trooper comes up. Oh, well, you're within arm's reach of the keys in a running vehicle. And like they clearly on the body cam, they woke him up in the back seat.
Wow.
And he got off. But for the longest time, that our commander was immediately like, pull his stripes, get him out of here. And it was like, no, we're gonna fight this shit. He wasn't driving, but they tried hard.
They got one of my guys in Boise when I was in Mountain Home for the same shit. Dude had fallen asleep in the back. He had his keys in the ignition. The car wasn't even on. Pop him for a DUI, right? Trying to take him to jail, do all the fucking things. Kid was shit hot. Badass fucking mechanic. EPR time comes up. I wrote the motherfucker a 5 with his fucking DUI Article 15 bullshit. And thought I was gonna fucking get kicked out when I told the commander there's a non-concur block that you could check if you don't agree with it. But this motherfucker needs a 5. For sure thought I was getting kicked out that day.
I had a time in Alaska that I did not get in trouble. I deserved it, but I didn't. But I had just bought a Mustang and went downtown.
20% interest.
So no, actually,
30,
I was
34.
34%.
I joined when I was 24, so I was a little bit smarter than most. But I was still stupid because I bought a fucking Mustang in Alaska. But yeah, I was supposed to go downtown and meet somebody, and they never showed up. So I was just hanging out at the bar, and some pilots walked in. They're like, "Oh, hey, little Mikey," and remember to use my fake name there. And so ended up getting trashed with the pilots, and I'm like, "Shit, what do I do, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, just sleep in your car. We do it all the time." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go back to my car, and there's like literally a gang fight behind my brand new 3-day-old car. And so I'm like, "Oh man, they're gonna tear up my shit." So I drove across the street and went to this hospital parking lot and parked in the parking lot and threw my keys in the trunk, and was going through my recall roster, and I couldn't get anybody to answer. And then at like 4 a.m, I step outside my car and I look around. There's nobody around, so I'm taking a piss by my car, and I see flashlights, and I'm like, "Shit!" And, so they're like, "Sir, can we help you?" I was like, "If you give me like 10 seconds, I'll talk to you." So finally, I get done and I turn around and I'm like, "Oh man, I don't know what to I don't know what to say." They're like, "Well, what's going on?" And I told them the truth, and I was like, "Look, I got my recall roster on the dash. I've been calling everybody." And these cops were like, "Hey, dude, you know what?" I showed them my keys in the trunk of the car, and they were like, seems like you're trying to do the right thing. So we'll be back in like an hour, and if you're still here, then you're going to jail. But if you're not, then you're free to go." And so yeah.
Where were you at, Allison or Elmendorf?
No, that was Elmo.
Elmo?
Oh, good old Elmo.
Good old Elmo.
J Bear.
When I was in the Azores, I had failed a PT test, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is a big deal." I'm like, "All right, well, I'll fix it." And so I started working out all the time, and I got up to 360. And so then I was having to get like my sleeves altered and shit. Like it got expensive.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, Dolphins need linemen. We'll hit you up. We'll move you down to Miami.
I'm old and broken now, man.
Dude, while I was in, I failed PT tests. Not gonna
I think
lie, they put me in the
everybody
fat
did.
boy
I think
program.
everybody did.
Yes, I failed
think-
multiples.
I think everybody on this panel did.
They
Well,
they put
yeah.
me in the fat boy program, and it was great. And then there was this one time where I did a PT test, and a PTL had run in front of me. I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, get this done!" Woo! Did 11-minute mile and a half, and then maxed everything else. And myself and the PTL got taken into the first shirts office and read our rights by 3 first shirts because they're like, a guy your size, I was like 270 pounds, a guy your size can't run that fucking fast. I was like, "Oh, Well, we fucking did it. We did it. What do you want?
That's
So
dude,
then-
Like we had a dude in Mountain Home, Patterson. He had a big motherfucker, and that dude could run. I don't know how. I don't know what physics he defies, but that dude fucking cooks around the track. And
So
he's a
then
big dude.
I like how
The-
this turned into a 60-minute interview with Fab.
the
Yeah.
next day,
Yeah, he's all blacked out.
so the
Oh,
next
wow,
day, they
There you
called.
go.
The next day, they got a new PTL to go out and do the fucking test with me again, running in front of me again, and I did 11 minutes the second day in a row. They pulled us in, thought you read us our rights, basically said we're cheating, and then I was like,
They made
"What
you
the
do two
fuck,
in a row?
man? I've
That
done
would
2 in a row,
Suck balls. Yeah.
Fuck.
Damn.
two in a
You
row."
need like
So
7
then,
to 10 business days to recover after doing
so
that.
then I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I passed, woo. But then on a Friday, the next Friday or the third day, they did a squadron PT
Mhm.
test all of a sudden, and I
Mhm.
did the same fucking thing with 2 master sergeants watching me this time, and after that they left me alone. But it was kind of bullshit where they pulled me in 2 days in a row, read me my rights, and told me I was lying.
I think the best I did was like
Fucking
10:05.
cocksuckers.
That was like when
But
I
like-
first came in.
After
Yeah.
I had my 3 or 4 years of my fucking enlistment, I didn't have to do sit-ups or the run. So all I had to do was waist and push-ups. So I just preparation H my fat ass all night long, knock out the fucking push-ups, and get 100% the past. For the last
not-
like 4 years, I was
I'm not
like,
gonna lie, that trick does work.
it does
Well,
work.
that's-
That
it
shit works.
fucking
Oh yeah,
does.
that helped
The
me
cool
get
thing
through
about-
MEPS.
The shitty thing about being a giant, man, is like I would max out push-ups and max out sit-ups, and like my very best, I'm gonna say, I think my very best was like a 9:22 on the mile and a half. And
Damn, dude,
but,
that's fast as fuck.
It's fast
but
as
my-
fuck, but it's like
It takes
18
one
steps to hit
step
big
and
ass.
it's a fucking mile.
Yeah, I know.
but my
Yeah,
waist
that's true.
I haven't had a
3 steps is
36
at a
inch
quarter.
waist since I was 10. Like
Yeah.
just because my bones are giant. You know what I mean?
Goddamn.
Like they base all that shit on 1942 statistics of how big people should be, and everybody was tiny back then. So, which
Yeah.
I'm sure I think it's changed now. I mean, shit, like 5 years before I came in, they were doing the bicycle test where everybody would just smoke cigarettes in cubicles and ride bikes.
Bro,
That
thing's
stopped
fucking
right
crazy, the
before I
bicycle
got
test.
in. Yeah.
I went to go do one of those, and the guy told me, he's like, "You smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah." Go smoke like 3 cigarettes and slam a monster, and then come back.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So your resting heart rate is super high, and the dude would talk to me and then like stop, and then talk to me and stop, talk to me and stop. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And he told me after the fact, he's like, "Yeah, I was just trying to keep your heart rate kind of in the green zone. So I'd talk to you, make you talk, so your heart rate went up, and then stop, so you'd kind of go back down." It's like, this is
That's
fucking
like-
stupid as fuck.
Well, and it's opposite now because like I'll go to the VA and they'll check my shit and they're like, "Yeah, you're like hypertension," and I'm like, "Dude, I smoked a cigarette and drank it down to Rockstar right before I came in here." And so then they always make me come back like 2 days later and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're fine." It's happened like 3 times now.
Yeah.
I always get the opposite because I got good blood pressure. So I go in there and they take my blood pressure like 15 times. They're like, this is wrong. Your fat ass has to be diabetic. We got to keep doing this. What do you want? I'm 50% vegan. All right. I'm healthy.
I always love when they
Yeah.
schedule you for like if you work mids and like especially if it was like a every day was like fuck me Friday, at least for mid shift. Always pulling all the heavy maintenance. And then like the next morning, you're like, oh, you got a doctor's appointment or your PHA's at 8:00 in the morning. Great. So you walk in, of course, not one single
Those are the
maintainer.
best.
Not one single maintainer. Any of your pants or your blouses are clean. They're dirty as shit.
Mm.
And then you sit there at the med group and they're always like, why isn't your uniform clean, Airman? Because I fucking work for a living? Like
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking nonner and sit here all day. Well, why are y'all greasing your face is dirty? I just got off mid shift, dude. Leave me the fuck alone.
Just trying to make senior airman, motherfucker. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it was the same thing.
Dicks up
Like
slapped in my face.
I would drink like 3. We called it bull over the mountain, where you pull or where you'd take the blue Mountain Dew and then pour Red Bull into it. I drink like 3 or 4 of those a night while I was on mids, and then have a PHA the next day. Then they'd be like, "Your blood pressure's high as fuck, dude. Are you think you're gonna die right now?" Like,
Nah, I'm fine. I'll go to bed.
I'm okay. I'll
Right.
be okay. I'm like,
I go sleep for a couple hours.
Hey, I should buy a boat.
It's not as bad as going to finance and the dude looking at me like, "Oh, why is your uniform so dirty?" And I was like, "I'm a crew chief." He's like, "What is that?" It's like, "I fix planes." And he's like, "We have planes on the base?
Fuck, you got the
What do you
pineapple
mean
that was
we-
open?
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
mean do we have
Well,
planes on the base?"
Trash
It's a f-
haulers aren't that loud, dude.
So right where on the right where the finance building was
They all thought it was airliners flying over.
Yeah, they thought it was
Shit, I
airline.
thought somebody was vacuuming upstairs. My bad.
So it was a direct route where they did their low level for their combat landing, their combat turn or whatever, for they do the little airstrip. So like the fobs and all that stuff.
Ooh.
So like every like 30 minutes, that whole building fucking shakes. And you can see the giant fucking shadow. And the guy's like, "I didn't know we had planes at this. I didn't know we had a runway here." It's a fucking Air Force base, dude. You
Hmm.
joined the Air Force.
Interesting.
And then it's not as bad as going to the other side to NPF. And because it's Black Flag out, they took their 15-minute break because it was Black Flag out.
That's funny as fuck. I remember you telling me about that.
I sat there for like an hour.
The break.
And I walked back there. This is when, like, right as I made staff, and I walked back there, and I was like, "Hey, there's like 30 people out here. Can you all help me?" And the guy's like, "Airman's like, it's Black Flag out. We're supposed to take 15-minute breaks."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, bro. Our AC won't go down below 68. It's fucking hurting.
Listen, it's super hot in here. Okay.
And I went and told the mass sergeant. He was like, "The fuck they are." And walked out there, and he was like, "You guys don't follow Black Flag." "Well, it's kind of hot in here." He's like, "It's at 70 degrees. It's an air conditioned building. You don't follow." That fucking irritated me.
Yeah, Lightning in 5 was the only time you got kicked off the line.
No shit.
Even in fucking in
No.
Alaska,
Yeah.
I don't think we ever
That
got
was-
kicked off the line.
No.
Lightning within
Okay.
fire.
Lightning
So-
Well, we
was
did get
the
a-
best part about Tyndall. Like
Yeah.
like that
Bro.
little car wash that was between like it was kind of between the chow hall and the boardwalk thing
Yeah.
out towards the beach.
Yeah.
I got stuck there for like an hour and a half one time, Lightning in 5, and it was like we weren't being pussies about it. We just like literally lightning was striking like all around us, and we are like, "Oh shit, we better just hang out here."
Dude.
But
No.
I love that shit. Like that was the best. I love that. And then in Alaska, like Blackbeard said, man, like you're supposed to only work for 5 minutes at a time if it's
Yeah, in the cold.
negative 15 or more. And what are you gonna do in 15 minutes with gloves on? Like, I can't even. I
Yeah.
can't change a vibe sensor. I can't do shit in 15 minutes. Like that's stupid.
They tried doing that to us with the 35s when we went up there for cold weather testing. So they had the brilliant idea of, it was like negative 75 or negative 80 something, and they were like, "Let's just leave these brand new 5th gen fighters outside and see what happens. We'll just try to start the power up or start the
Yeah.
IPP up." And but you can only be out there for 5 minutes at a time.
Does-
Dude,
what are they- are-
it takes me like 5 minutes to open up the MIP panel, like just to get everything over there. And they're like, "Oh, well, you got to swap out." No, just give me the portable heater. I'll stand next to it, warm my hand. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm from the north. This is not. I'm fine. Nope, you got to abide by the rules.
Yeah, man. You put the heater on your toes of your boots and just warm that APU up until it's good to go, man. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, at
Sure, little
Tyndall,
Mikey remembers having to fucking sit there before launches, heating up batteries and fucking APUs so they'd fucking start before we got the heated hangers.
Oh yeah.
at Tyndall on the 15s, when we were on swings recovering jets, it's fucking lightning outside, like
Yeah.
right over us. Like, holy fuck. Jets are coming in. We're like, are they going to call it? Are they going to call it? Are they going to call it? It wasn't until the pilots were out of the seats
Yeah.
and in the bus heading
Always.
off to the
Always.
ECP when they were like, oh, yeah, lightning. Attention all radios on this net. Attention all radios on this net. This is Buck with a weather warning. You know, I mean, that kind of bullshit. And then it was like, we could have gotten hit by lightning for the last fucking 25 minutes. Like, what are you guys doing over here at Tyndall?
That's how it was in Little
Oh,
Rock. 'Cause
what are those flashing lights up there? That's not lightning.
because being down in the south, so it's constant, like 100% humidity constantly. So summertime, either it's like tornadoes or whatever. And even I was in the
Fucking water
tornado.
spouts.
I was in the tornado that hit Little Rock and fucked it up, fucked a bunch of planes up. And we were in the wash rack, and like it got so dark you couldn't even see the planes down the line. It was so dark out, and Mock didn't call anything. And it's like, hey, we're getting alerts on our phones. Like, there's a tornado, Mock. You want to update us? And they're like, yeah, we got nothing. All right,
Yeah,
come out of your
sunny.
building. Come out of your building for once and look outside.
Weather channel
sunny.
didn't tell me.
You can't see the building next to you.
Weather
This
Channel
is
says
the-
all clear. Sorry.
This is a total shift, but you mentioned mock, and so there was a dude that we deemed Suicide Mike, and so
Oh man, that's
I don't
fucked
know.
up.
I don't know what the expect or the what is it called where after so many time has passed you're not going to get in trouble, but I'm going to say this anyway.
The
Statute of limitations.
statute of
Yes.
limitations.
Yeah. Sorry, we're in
So-
Mexico. No extradition. We're good.
Yeah,
Right.
this is
So,
Mexico.
This is Zoom. We're
Wait.
good.
Hey, you remember that meme with the guy that
So-
pops up that goes, "He he he"? Like, that's
So,
what Mike looks like is gonna happen.
this dude, we called him Suicide Mike only because, and I know it's real fucked up, especially now that we're veterans. But at the time it was funny. But because he would come across the radio, and this was on mids, and he was just so okay. You're cleared across runway such and such or such and such. Like
He was
no
like Eeyore.
enthusiasm whatsoever.
He was like
Yeah,
Eeyore
and
on
we're
the
trying-
radio.
We're trying to be funny about it, which, by the way, I never got runway clearance, but that's what I said the thing, because everybody, like all the staffs and all the techs and all the all the dudes that were like the expediters and everything, they're like, well, you know how to do it, just do it. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Just fucking do it.
Little Mikey
So
in
I'd
the
be like-
blind. Here we go.
I'd be like such and such and truck such and such, permission to such, and so we would instead of uniform, we would call it unicorn.
Yep.
And he would get
I remember
so pissed, dude. It's not unicorn, it's fucking uniform.
Radio discipline. Fucking dickheads.
Oh man, I hope that dude's doing okay.
that.
We had this instance of when I was working at Nellis at Thunder with the mayor. I was working EOR, and we had an instance of hung rockets or a hung gun. And so we tried to call Mach because the pilot didn't call it in. So we're following the jet behind him, and we tried to call Mach, and we're like, hey, this is such and such with Thunder. We've got a hung rocket. Can you call in ground emergency, send out crews, blah, blah, blah. The dude was like, huh? Yeah, we don't deal with that stuff. And then he just fucking hung up. I was like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
Dude, it's not as bad. So when we were in Bagram, because in Bagram, it's not just Americans, right? You got like Australia, Aussies, Brits, all that stuff. And there's one
Australians are Aussies, right?
yes. So
I
Those
think you said
special
them
Aussies.
twice. Oh, good day,
Yeah.
mate.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was one old dude that was an air traffic controller, because all the ATC was all civilian in Bagram, and we used to fuck with him every night on mids, because we were either me or another guy would always be doing engine runs, and I would come across like with a fucking horrible Australian accent, like with the first
That's
like,
the
first
best.
call
I
sign,
love doing that kind of shit.
like busy radio chatter in a war zone, and I'm just like, "Oi, Bagram ground, this aircraft 1680," and then he called back. He'd be like, "Go ahead." He knew, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, we're looking for engine run clearance on Delta 5," and he'd just be like,
Mm.
"So you're not Australian?" And I was just like, "That's an insult, mate." Just-
I'm surprised. I'm
just
surprised
back
you
and
didn't
forth.
do the and this is the Luftwaffe on ground control. I always had good funny accents that I thought was funny when I was EOR. I'd do like the Boston one,
Mm.
or just some da Bears. hey, talk like this.
So you
Be a
sound like Roger
jackass.
from work.
Yeah, I'd be a jackass all the time. It's natural. Wait,
you
who's
said-
Roger? Who's
Oh,
Roger?
you know who Roger is.
You know Roger is. Hey man.
Hawaiian shirt,
Does he
Roger.
talk like this?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Every
fuck.
dude got long hair, always wearing a Hawaiian shirt. You could be like the shittiest day at work, and he'd be like, "Hey man, how's it going? Are we having donuts this morning?" Fucking all right.
Sounds like the fish from
man?
SpongeBob, dude. He's like, oh.
No, he sounds
No?
like he's like a straight hippie. He's like, "Hey man."
My bad.
Sounds like a white Cheech.
He's like,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a super shitty hippie impression.
Hey man, you're harsh in my mellow, bro.
Oh, dude, that guy's
Way to call him out. Way to call him out.
Yeah.
Keep him on his fucking toes.
Yep.
that's definitely a California hippie expression
Oh
impersonation.
yeah. California, born and bred.
There's a lot of them out here.
All right. So, what do you have any stories or you can tell about Blackbeard? Some
Good segue.
embarrassing Shit.
Good segue. I like it.
Ooh,
I don't know. I want to go offline and hear about the strippers and blow.
Oh yeah, me too. I kind of
Quick,
do too.
quick,
We
hit-
won't
hit-
record it.
It's
I
it's
can-
stop record. It's stop record.
I can tell you a couple of stripper stories that aren't illegal. If that would make up for it.
Hell yeah, dude.
So one time in Guam,
Blackbeard's like, oh
Ooh.
shit.
no,
Blackbeard.
this ain't about me.
no, this
Club
was
USA.
no,
He's
he
like,
got
oh.
there after that. But
Isn't that what it's called? Club USA? Wasn't that the big one?
oh man, well, so
That
this
was
actually includes
the
Club
wheel
USA. So all the uppers were like, hey, we're going to Club USA, you guys want to go? And we're like, all right, cool. And we had just got some kind of extra duty pay or something, and so me and my buddy I had just got $2,800 extra, and he was a couple ranks below me, and he just got
Hell
like
yeah.
$1,700 extra, and we're like, fuck yeah,
What's
let's go
up?
out
Stripper
Friday.
time.
Oh,
So they're like, yeah, we're going to Club USA. Meet us at Club USA. And we get to Club USA, and all the Pro Super, all the expediters, all the flight chiefs, everybody's there. And we're like, what? This is weird. So, of course, me and my buddy sit down, and we sit right at the stage. And all of a sudden, there's people come up to me and putting dollars around me. And I was like, what's going on? My buddy's like, I don't know, dude, but this is scary. I'm going over there with them. And so they had like dollars behind my ears and in my shirt and all over the place. So my buddy leaves, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I ain't no pussy. So
Send it.
then the lights dim. This chick comes out called the Tasmanian Devil. She
Oh,
dances
shit.
around real fierce to some white zombie. Comes over, she jumps on top of me. I'm like, hey, I whispered, I was like, hey, if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. So she's like, oh, it's okay. So she lays me down on the bench, rips my junk out of my pants, is holding my beer bottle and my junk in the same hand, goes down on my beer bottle, then chugs my beer bottle and busts on the stage, scoops all the money up and gets back up. And I'm like, okay, that was cool. And then she gets a Japanese dude up on the stage. He had put like $1 up there. So she takes him over to the pole, bends him over, pulls his pants down, grabs his beer bottle, deep throats it, shoves it up his ass. And I was
Whoa! Oh shit, dude.
like, all right, we're getting the fuck out of here. So we go across the street, and I don't remember the name of the strip club across the street, but it ended up being my favorite because we got in there, and there was no upper echelon. It was super chill. It was super calm. All the chicks had like one leg, one arm, scars everywhere.
Yes.
It was the best.
those are always the good ones.
So we shut
fucking
that
peg
place-
legs.
Yeah. The midgets
we
and the pig
shut that
legs.
place down, and because the strippers that we were talking to were like, oh man, you got to stay with us for the whole night. And so we stayed until like 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Then we all piled in. It was like me and my buddy, his name is Judy Chop. So
Don't
So
be
me and
Judy
Judy
chopping.
Chop-
Nobody.
Ninja kicking when you should be Judy chopping.
Yeah.
and
Judy
like
Chop.
7 strippers pile into this like 85 Nova. We go to a bar called Porky's, and it was shut down because it was after hours. But if you go in through the back by the dumpsters, there was like 2 big bouncers. And then it was a strippers only after hours deal. And
Oh.
so we get in there, and I'm hanging out, he's hanging out, everything's cool. After like 30 minutes, some like 100-pound blonde chick choke slams me from the bar. I'm like, what the fuck what's going on? What are you doing? She's like, I thought you were cheating on me. I thought you were my boyfriend. And I was like, I'm not. So she buys me a beer. Then I start talking to a chick whose legal name ended up being Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Red
hell
Dragon.
Fuck yes.
Everybody knows the
So-
Red Dragon.
Dragging these nuts.
So we ended up, me and Judy Chop and Dragon go get in a hotel at like 10 in the morning when the after hours shit closed. And, which is an awesome thing because if you get a hotel at 10 a.m., apparently it's like a twofer because we got to go to sleep, wake up, hang out for the night, and sleep again. But so she starts messing around with me. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna go get you some condoms. I'm like, cool. He leaves. She slaps me in the chest and slaps me in the face and tells me she's a dominatrix. And I was like, I'm not.
You're not a
I'm a
dominatrix.
dominatrix.
I don't
You
know
are
what
Safe
now.
word is gorilla.
That's good.
I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm
Little
not.
Mikey
What
is
is
not a
giraffe?
dominatrix.
Wait. Is that a beer bottle in your hand? Get that away.
So then like 3 hours later, Judy Chop, he's doing the, I don't know if you guys can see me, but he's doing this.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, look, dude, look. And I look and I was like, bro, I thought you said she was fine. She had a giant belly on her.
And a bigger dick than yours.
So she wakes up
She ain't a lady unless she's 280.
and she's like, hey, can I have a cigarette? We're like, no, but here's like $5. You can go get us a pack. And so she left and we locked the door and we went to sleep.
Hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a good stripper story too.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got one too.
I just draw a blank.
I have one.
You want me to go?
Yes.
I'll go
Yeah,
real quick.
You go.
So
I got more.
is little Mikey's taking a drink. I got more.
I got more. We should hear them, dude. We just
So
just make this- I know what the title of this fucking episode is gonna be, dude. It's gonna
Yeah.
be good.
So has anybody been to Luke?
Yeah.
No, I heard
No.
Luke was super. It was as super awesome as Shady J.
So there's a strip club at Luke called the Shady Titty,
Fuck Shady J.
and
Shitty titty.
yeah, apparently it's right on the other side of the BX,
Hmm.
like right on the other side of the wall.
That must
So-
be a good place.
No,
The shitty titty.
so,
Sounds quality.
so I go
It's like
there for
Snickies and Mojave.
Yeah.
I
So
got
I
a great
go there
story
for-
about the new J.
Ooh, the gold. Me too. The Golden New Jay in Tyndall at Panama
yeah.
City.
I think
Oh, yeah.
everybody
Too.
has a story about that.
Me too.
nugget.
I love it. Yes.
So
Oh,
this
it's
one,
Serious.
I've spent my entire life trying to forget about that place.
I go to Luke for TDY for like 2 months, and as soon as I get there, one of the other guys in the class is like, "Hey, have you ever been in the Shitty Titty?" And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "It's a strip club right outside the base, like literally on the like you could." Apparently, they had to put security cameras there and razor wire because airmen were putting ladders behind the BX and just crossing the wall.
it.
Oh shit.
Just
So, like for real, just like,
yeah.
trying to
So-
climb over, like they were trying to escape the fucking. Was it Pendleton?
No, it was legit. Like they had the big ladder, like a big A-frame, and they would just put it over the wall, and they would just walk over the wall
Oh shit.
to go to the strip club. But he's like, yeah, you got to go there and at least experience it, and you got to see the Garmin 5000. They literally called her the Garmin 5000. Did not know what that meant. So we go there. It was free to get in because you're military, and we sit in the back, and it is not the best establishment. Like the carpet was coming up, like the stage was delaminating.
That's how you know it's a good place.
And then here
It's
comes
like the toy box.
Here comes the Garmin
Or
5000.
was it Babes?
Ooh,
So-
babes.
they
Yeah.
they called her the Garmin 5000 because apparently she had like 3 kids and
Mhm.
like triplets, and her stomach looked like a road map, and she would use it to like sling around the pole and like slide herself down. It was pretty flabby. And I was like, well, that's enough for me. And he's like, well, at least you experienced it. But they literally called it the shitty titty. And they have razor wire behind the strip club on the wall because airmen were trying to hop the wall.
That's hot.
Yep.
That's hot. Speaking of Babes and what was it? Shepherd? Remember Shepherd?
Shepherd.
Now
I
I got
thought
kicked out of a
Was it
couple strip
Dragons
clubs.
something? Dragons East, Dragons West? Or was that a
No, it was
club?
babes.
No, that was Stage West.
Dragons West was the Stage West was the club.
Was Stage
And then
West
there
the
was
was
Dragons
Stage West the
something
cowboy
in
one?
town.
Yeah.
So Babes
Yeah.
was the one way out where it was BYOB.
Towards Oklahoma, right?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I was fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyways, we
Yeah,
got
like went out
there.
the base, turned right away.
I was on my
Gotta check
first
'em out.
marriage at that time, so I didn't visit the strip clubs there, unfortunately.
We got there to Babes, and people were trying to leave to go back to base because they were like phase whatever the fuck, and I was like
Day
Phase
one,
one,
phase
day
almost
one.
done.
Woo!
Yeah, phase 1, day 1, and I was almost done. So they were like, "Here, hey, dude, we got this box of beers for like $5." I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll buy it or whatever." So I drank in a fuck ton, which is normal for me, and all I have left is my pocket is change. While I'm at Babes, and so because I'm a cheap bastard when it comes to strippers, at Babes it wasn't the best.
Who in the military is not?
Right.
Yeah.
At Babes, it wasn't the best, like pick. So I was like, I'm not really gonna pull anything out of the ATM. Plus, I'm broke. I'm a broke fucking A1C. Or no, I was an airman. I didn't get A1C until after tech school. So all I had was change left in my pocket, and so I was throwing the change on stage, right? And then they kicked me out, and I was like, hey, "It's fucking legal tender. It's legal tender." So I'm trying to fight the bouncer, and my friends are in there like, "Just fucking leave." And I'm like, "Fuck you, fuck you. I want to fucking fight for your freedom, bitch." Like a normal like
I'm a crew chief,
would do.
goddammit.
Like, fuck you. It's legal tender, you fucking cocksuckers.
You don't know me. I'm a
It's
crew.
like the
I'm a crew
banana
dog.
show without the banana show.
Hell yeah. Man.
So I remember my
same-
stripper story now. It was in fucking New Orleans. Fucking
Ooh.
we all went down.
That's a good
You know
one.
how New Orleans is. There's a shit ton of strip clubs all over the place. But me and the group of the guys, we went down there one night, and there was one of the dudes.
Was that the same week you got beat up?
Yes, it was a couple days later.
Nice.
Yes, I think I was there for like 2 weeks or something. But yeah, we go back down there, and I remember there was a bar called World of Beers to the right of this strip club, and the strip club was just like a door, and that was it. And we're all like got in line to go get in, and as we're getting close to the entrance, it's all these big bouncer dudes come out, and they start like patting everybody down and like searching everybody. I'm like, I don't know about this. So I just like veer off and go into the World of Beers and sit there and fucking drink beer with another buddy. And then afterwards, they like 5-10 minutes go by, and everybody from the group fucking comes running out of the strip club. Because the one dude, he couldn't take it anymore. It was his first TDY, so fucking we were getting him wasted and fucking just throwing everything at him. So they made him sit down on this chair, and this fucking giant black chick starts going after him, doing her thing. And then all of a sudden she puts down this towel on his lap. And then all of a sudden she pulls down her pants and starts pissing all over him.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
So after that, he just
Jesus.
fucking he lets her finish, and then he fucking runs out afterwards.
What a
Wow.
gentleman. What a gentleman.
That's hot.
Man, I gotta that reminded me of I've got a New Orleans strip club. I got strip club stories for all around the world, but
Yes.
I was like the concierge. Like at one point, I remember one of the flight chiefs in Alaska was like, "Don't ask for directions," or well, whatever.
Little Mikey.
Little Mikey.
Too late.
Because he's gonna use strip clubs and pawn shops to give you the directions.
Yes. That's
But-
how we know you like to have a good time.
And left
But,
at Diamonds, right at Roadhouse.
But man, we were going from hot training to Tyndall, or from cold training to Tyndall, and it was me and two other dudes, and we stopped in Jackson, Mississippi for the night. And this was like the first and main, like I've experienced it maybe two other times, but this was like the main thing. It was the main time that I've experienced racism as a white person. Like it was crazy. so, so my buddies are like, "Hey, let's go to Grandy's and get some dinner." And I was like, "Dude, we're in Jackson, Mississippi. Let's go to, I don't know, find some place." And at that time, it was Tom Tom's. So he looks up restaurants on Tom Tom's, and it's like Joe's Fish Joint or Jim's Fish, whatever it was. So we go, like we got a hotel, and we go to this place, and as we're driving down, there's graffiti on all the houses, and there's we pass a church that's like got the windows boarded up, and we were like, "Oh man, this is bad." And so we get to the place, and it's got this. The sign was literally, it was really like honestly swinging by like one chain,
No shit.
and we're like, "Oh shit, we'll go to
Great
Grandy's."
restaurant. Looks very welcoming.
5-star.
So we turned in the corner, and there's a SWAT team with 3 SWAT trucks, and well, at that time, I guess they were just, but and the whole SWAT team is walking down the street with their shields, and the biggest, blackest dude I've ever met in my life. He like I was like looking up to this dude, and he's like, "What's in that mall?" And I said, "It's a bunch of grizzlies from the past 500 miles." And he was like, "Oh yeah," and he smelled it, and he's like, "Okay." He gets us out of the car and he searches us all, and he's like, "It'd behoove you white boys never to be getting lost in Jackson, Mississippi ever again."
Damn.
I was like, "Yes, sir." we got back in the car and we went to fucking Grandy's. It was intense. And then we got to Tyndall, and we got the great ripe smell of that paper factory as soon as we got there. And we were like,
Jesus.
what is going on with this trip?"
6 years of that fucking paper mill I smelled. 6 years of that paper, especially on mids.
Yep.
It was the worst when like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, rise of the sun was coming up. You're just like, okay, cool. This is gonna be, I'm getting ready to go home, fucking get jets ready. And then the paper mill smell.
It's crazy how far it fucking traveled too.
So gross.
Yeah.
And then
We had
driving right next to the motherfucker,
Oh,
you
yeah.
couldn't breathe. Driving
No.
right next to it, you felt like you wanted to die.
Hey, but did you ever get your hair cut by that dude in the little trailer? As soon as you crossed the bridge, there was a dude in like a little travel trailer that was a professional barber, and he was like 90 years old, and he would use like the old school 50s massagers on your head and shit.
Mm.
Oh
I
shit!
don't
No,
remember that guy.
no. Was it near
Oh,
that? Was it near that donut shop?
It was like right after you cross the bridge back
Right
onto the
after
main
the
lane,
gas station?
and right after the gas station on the right side,
Yeah.
a gravel
It was like
parking
something
lot.
cuts. Something cuts, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that
No.
dude was well, it was awesome. He should have done it. He's
Do you
probably
guys
dead now.
remember? Do you guys remember going to the bar where the 98 split?
Yeah, the powder keg.
The powder keg.
Yeah.
That fucking place was bomb. Hey, you know the bucket that they would serve the beers in? You know, the beers and the ice, the bottles?
Yeah.
I convinced them one night or a couple nights to actually fill the bucket all the way up as a challenge. I was like, if I could drink this whole thing in the time limit, I'm not gonna pay, you know. So I got free beer it was fun. Good times.
The weird thing about Tyndall is like every bar that I went to, like there was that MTV place, and there was all those different. I don't remember exactly all what they were, but
Spinnaker,
like
La Vila.
yeah, La
those were all
Vila.
down at the beach.
Yeah, like all of those
Down by the
every
beach.
and
Down by the beach, boy.
Was it Miss
Coyote Ugly,
Newbies? Miss Newbies was
Yeah.
down there.
like
Coyotes.
all,
That was
Spinnaker,
probably
La
after.
Vila, Coyote Ugly,
Yeah.
yeah, all of those
No
places.
Names.
Mm-hmm.
I got my
No
glasses
Names was
slapped
fun.
off my face for one reason or another at one point in time. And the same chick always found my glasses, and she would pop up in the middle of the crowd that was fighting and be like, "Found your glasses."
Oh shit.
I already said my name, so I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
Gave up.
Fuck it.
You know what? There's this bar down there called No Names. I'm sure
Yeah.
all of us have
Yeah.
been there except for Rhino.
That place is fun as fuck.
The day was so my squadron was closing that day. Plus, it was my birthday, and I was drinking Coso and Soko and lime. Sorry, Soko and lime for hours, and just getting fucked up. And these like 6 or 7 pilots walk in, and one of them have the shirt of my squadron that's closing on the first. So I walk over to him. I'm like, "Hey, bro, what's up, dude? Oh, hey." I was like, "Hey, were you in the first?" He's like, "Oh no, I'm just paying homage, blah blah blah." But there's like 20 of crew chiefs over there. I was like, "Well, all of us are in the first, and we want our fucking shirt back." And and the look on his face was like, "Oh shit!" And then they like a couple staffs came fucking rushing over, like, "No, no, no, oh, don't worry about it." And I'm trying to fight like 6 pilots. I don't remember much. I remember them buying us Jeremiah weed shots.
Mm.
You know what Jeremiah weed is? Have you ever
Yeah.
had that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
whiskey.
Apparently, pilots like to drink that a lot. I don't know.
They're fancy.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
very
Oh,
fancy.
fine whiskeys.
Here you go, you dirty maintainer. Try this. Yes. And then I tried to fight them again before we left. It was a good time, on my account. On
it's
everybody
always
else's
good.
Did
account,
y'all ever
I
have?
don't remember.
Did you guys ever have pilots that would like you would see them randomly in bars and would buy you shitty shots, and you would try to out shitty the other team, kind of deal?
No, not really. If we
Yeah.
ever saw any bars or any pilots in bars, probably just be like, man, wouldn't even fuck talk to them.
Yeah,
If we were
really
flying with
remember
pilots,
seeing any.
we'd always make
Those-
them like from the start of the TDY, you get them to like convince them to buy you beer the whole time.
Oh yeah, in Canada, they bought us a fuck ton of beers in Canada.
Or we would do the hubcap game, right? Where you have the
Yeah,
hubcap
roulette.
and yep.
Was-
But pilots never figured it out. But crew chief's always the first one out. So if you get out quick enough, you can take the hubcap at least on the 130, and you just slide it, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, Major so and so, it's you again."
they cut me off when they bought my 15 Jaeger bombs. Remember a few episodes ago I talked about buying 15 Jaeger bombs in one shot.
Jaeger bombs.
Gave 2 of
Jaeger
them to my
bombs.
chief and then drank the other 13. And then they start calling me Frank the Tank for the rest of the fucking TDY. Yeah, they cut me off after that. They're like, "We're not paying for your shit anymore." So good luck, senior airman.
We
Yeah,
had a
there
good
was
time with fucking not Jaeger bombs, but Irish car bombs was a
Ooh,
big
so
thing for
good.
a while.
Oh,
me and
the 4 horsemen. You ever had that?
These two dudes I was living with, my
No, I
roommates.
haven't.
We got fucking shitty one night at TGI Fridays or Chili's or something.
Was this at Tyndall?
Yeah, at Tyndall down there, like kind of by the mall. But,
TGI Fridays.
and so we were drinking those all night, and we called our other buddy to come pick us up. And I was like, "Man, I'm not feeling too good. Fucking, you need to pull over so I can puke." So I get out, I puke, and one of the other guys was like, "Do you got to puke? Because I don't want you puking in my car." So he's like, "No, I'm good." 2 seconds fucking down the road, he just fucking blah, fucking everywhere.
Dude, I'm sorry. I love going to fucking TGI Fridays out there at Tyndall, out there in Panama City, and drinking a fuck ton of Guinness because they had Guinness on tap.
Yeah.
And then I would talk like this, or I'd talk like Mick Foley, and be like, "Van down by the river," that kind of shit, like loud as fuck in the bar, and like
The picture Mayor sent,
It's a
it
really good
kind of ties, to Tootie.
Man, I had so much fun
I
out
can
there.
see the
I was
resemblance.
such a delinquent, dude. It was so much fun. There was this one night where we went to Applebee's.
Maybe it was Applebee's actually.
I had gone to an Applebee's and I had never had Long Island iced teas before. I didn't know what the fuck was in it. And they had the buy one get one free. So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I just want to point out like how like we all claim to be crew chiefs and the three of us are just like talking normal and little Mikey's just pounding Four Locos.
Hell yeah.
Just pounding beers. All of us are just like, man, we keep looking at our watches like, man, it's almost our bedtime.
No,
like, little Mikey's just over there phase one, day one. Just...
I got some beverage.
Hey, you know what? You fucking work hard, play hard, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you people brought me into.
Yeah.
This is your fault.
So
Hell yeah.
Well, I know we're telling stories, but I don't know, little Mikey. So like, what do you do now? Like, what do you since being out? Like,
so I've owned several businesses. I've owned 3 different businesses, and now I'm at the moment, obviously for tonight. I got somebody watching my kid, but I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I'm on a walker most of the time, and live off my disability because I'm pretty fucked up.
Goddamn Air Force.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you only on 15s or
nice.
Raptors?
He was
Both.
a Raptor guy.
Just Raptor.
Yeah,
what'd you do out in Aviano?
I was 15s first, and then I was 22s. I was 22s most of my career.
Fucking split tail.
Oh yeah, if you're not split tail, then you're a faggot.
I like that one better.
I like that one better. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I like that one better. Hell yeah, dude.
And we just got canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, Londar guys would disagree, dude.
I asked you if there was FCP rules, man.
Oh no.
Nah, fuck that shit. We don't abide by that shit.
And we're demonetized. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, I stay at home.
Actually, it'll probably boost our ratings because of how the world is these days.
Where did Mike go?
Bud
Where the
Light.
fuck did that fat go?
I was just wondering about the guy in the dark car.
He texted.
He's in there beating it, dude. He's like, I've had enough, dude. I just can't. I can't help with all these stripper stories.
Fucking miss being a crew chief. This is the best.
I miss those strippers.
It was like that one fucking movie where all the dads go to hide from their kids in the car or the van to go beat off.
Oh, is it a hall pass?
Yeah.
Yes.
The cops catch him. And they're like, he's like jerking it.
Hell yeah.
Maybe that's what happened. The cops came and arrested.
Best podcast ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like shit. I remember what I was gonna say now. It's gonna be inspirational. You guys were gonna be like, oh man.
It'll
comes
come
and
to you.
goes.
It'll come to you. I'm sure.
That's why I had to write shit
One
down,
more
'cause I always
Four
forget.
Loco. It'll come to you.
No,
I'm
it's definitely glad at least having you on because this is what this podcast is for: is old crew chiefs like you, people that we know, break them out of our shell. There's no podcast like it. I know Red and I talked about this for God, what was it, like 6 months, like just talking about how we would start this and like what we would
For a
talk
while.
about. And yeah, it was a good hot minute until we started doing it.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It's honestly, it's not to be gay or anything, but well, I know you can't say that these days.
2023, dude. Nobody judges anymore.
We all got Bud Light in our house. We're good.
We all got Bud Light.
But no, man, like I don't really go to places anymore. I don't do a lot of shit, and I don't talk to a lot of people. And talking to Blackbeard lately and seeing these podcasts, like that shit, the camaraderie of it is what I miss the most. And
Definitely.
and you don't get these stories anymore because not like, you know, I don't have the opportunity now. Like right now, like tonight, I got a babysitter, so I can throw down a Four Loco. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
That's a real rarity for me. And being able to talk to you guys and share these stories and stuff, that's that really gets it really hits me hard. It's really awesome. So I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Fuck yeah,
No
that's what this
problem,
is
man.
for.
Yeah,
Look,
man.
yeah, this
Yeah.
this is one of the reasons why, like, I always wanted to do it, just because, like, I know that when I got out a while ago, that's the one thing that I miss. I miss the people, and I
Mhm.
miss the like the camaraderie with the people. And even though you end up working with a lot of military people, like a lot of prior military individuals, you never ever end up getting in the same, thing that where you were. Maybe with a couple of them, because maybe you worked with them before or whatever, right? Or you can become best friends right away because of like mop tip touching,
Yep. Just a
because you're
tip.
janitors. But not
It-
only
It's
I
harder
want
for us as Air Force crew chiefs
I
because
want
like Marine Corps guys, Navy guys, like it doesn't really like match, right? But like Air Force crew chiefs, like I don't know, to me, like there's a special type of camaraderie there. Like it doesn't matter like what airframe you worked on. Like we are all born and bred the same way.
right.
Like we
and,
all have the same background, and it's
Besides
easier
the
for us
trash
to.
haulers.
and times have changed
Look.
so much. Look at times have changed so much to where, the older guys
Yeah,
before
that's a
us
big gap.
were working fucking 16, 20
Mhm.
hours, where we were working a little bit less, like 14 12s, right? 14 12-hour days. Now the guys are only working like what,
If that,
8 to 10
Eight's a
hour
long
days
day
with
for them, yeah.
command.
yeah.
What?
With
Mhm.
they have to have
Oh, dude,
command
yeah.
they have to have command approval to go over 10 hours.
Yep.
That type of shit. So you're not getting the same things. You're not
Yeah.
we can't do those type of things where we could fuck with somebody before they left for PCS. We could tape somebody up just because they're a new guy. You know what I mean? And we've been following on, obviously, probably a tradition. We don't know. I wish we can get some older guys in here besides, the other two guys that were in the 1900s. Like, yeah, like maybe some other guys who were in,
Yeah.
and like who were crew chiefs back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Like, I
Yeah.
want to know what their experience is as well, which is one of the reasons why I, thought about starting this and went to Rhino with it.
Yeah, no, for real, because that's I mean, I don't know if people understand it or not, but that's a legacy. That's
Yeah.
something that like again, not to be gay about it, but I
No,
mean
dude,
that's
you're
a
not being gay about this.
like
Hey, we're crew dogs, bro.
It's
that's
definitely
a
an
proud,
unspoken brotherhood for sure.
like I'm an eagle keeper and a raptor keeper my whole life for the rest of my life, and that's something that's
right.
really really fucking cool. And a lot
Mhm.
of people don't get to say that. Like a lot of people, I don't know very many people at all, other than the dudes obviously that I served with. Like, how many people get to say they put their name on the side of $130 million jet?
Yeah.
That's badass.
That's how I got
Plus-
tricked into enlisting.
Plus, plus knowing the shit that I did while I was in, like I made a difference, man. Like, and that's
For
the thing
sure.
that you don't want to forget too is because like we've lost a lot of guys to themselves in the past
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
years. I know you guys have too.
Mhm.
I've lost about 9 in about 3 years, unfortunately.
I've lost about
And
six of them.
and that's no, it's a proud heritage. It's a badass thing to do what we did and to know that we made that much of a difference. And so like that's another reason that I love y'all show is because like this is cool as hell, man. Like we actually get to talk about shit, and I don't know, like I don't know.
It's like the shit we talked about in the smoke pit or the fucking truck,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anywhere
Yep.
on the flight line, anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anywhere where we had a second, that this is
You're covered in grease, like Andy sees, you're wiping your face, fucking pulling up a brake stack or something, and you're just talking
you're
about
throwing
some
the
bullshit.
trash out of the back of the fucking trash hauler, like
Your,
that kind of
your
stuff.
tongue's fucking numb.
So I know.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
okay. So like going along with what Mikey said, like I get like the fighters, like crew chief stories and all that stuff. But like on my side, it's hard to explain to fighter guys like some of the missions we did, right? So like in Afghanistan, like the C-130 becomes a whole like trauma hospital,
Yeah,
like
I've
in the
seen that.
AOR.
Yeah, that's big time.
So
yeah.
like my first experience of that was they came back from a mission and the whole floor is covered in blood. and like gauze pads. And you're 20 years old, and they're like, all right, you gotta get the fuselage jacks, jack the nose up, put the ramp down, and you gotta pressure wash and mop the whole
Spray out
plane
the
out.
back. Oh fuck.
Yeah. So
Hey,
it's
hey, suck it up. You're just Air Force.
Yeah.
what's up?
They're like, hey, suck it up. You're just Air Force.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. You're just Air Force, bro. You ain't
But
gotta
you,
worry
you
about
talk
it.
about
Dude.
That's how they try to play it off. And that's not how it is, man.
You
or,
have
you know,
fucking
you,
great dining facilities, bro. Suck it up. Gosh.
or you catch the plane and the ramp comes down and all the medics look at the two dumb senior airmen crew chiefs and they're like, here, grab the edge of the litter, help us carry them into the ambulance. And you're like, I'm not qualified for this shit. And then you look at them and you're like, how is that person alive?
Yeah.
Like, and you get to see like the horrible part of like why war is like such a horrible thing, and you have to experience it at a young age. And like, but talking to people like this and getting to like express that and like talk to you guys, like that's what this is for, is to let us just talk about it and not hurt us, but be able to express it. That's what.
Hell yeah. We need to get more of your trash hauler bros on, dude. Because like right now we're like fighter dominant, which is cool. I love being a fighter guy, fighter dominant, but you need to get some more trash hauler guys on. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got
No,
like,
and
I got a lot of good stories from, because I transitioned to the fighter world. So like
Transitioned.
He's
having your name
transitioning.
on a multi-million-dollar fighter, as soon as I got to Edwards, they already had my name tape made, and they're like,
Yeah.
all right, go put it on your aircraft. I was like, dude, I haven't even like been introduced to the F-35, let alone like stood next to one, and you already tell me to put my name on it. Like, fuck yeah, that's my jet. Like, and you
Sink
talk
or
about the
swim.
stories of like everything that we did, and mine was the only A model
I gotta
that
piss.
actually did cold weather testing and did the alert times for Eielson to even stand up. Like, I did all that testing. Like, I did that shit. That was
Yeah.
my jet. So
Yeah, man. And that's the cool thing is nobody can take that shit away from you. Like,
nope.
like I've got like 32 combat alert launches. I've launched 37,000 pounds of JDAMs that'll never come back.
Mhm.
I've got just all the shit that it I don't know, man. It messes with you, but at the same time, it's really cool, and it makes you know that you made a difference and you did your job, and
Mhm.
and that's what it's all about. But at the same time, teamwork, man, because that shit wouldn't have happened without avionics or without weapons or without those fucking instructors that later became tool guys.
Giving you shit because you have your toolbox is dirty.
Tool issuing technicians.
Oh yeah, technical names.
But
yeah,
that's man. Yeah.
And it's hard to just say
Like-
like talk to people about that and explain that. Like they don't get it. They don't understand.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
and
really good for
especially
all
like
them people.
heavies guys. And I didn't realize you were heavies, dude. So that's awesome. That's badass. I appreciate you. I thought you were a fighter guy too. I didn't pick up on that. So that's
I was
awesome.
fighters the last 3 years. I was out here on the operational test.
Trash hauler.
Because like when I was TA in crash recovery in the Azores, we would pick up everybody from NATO, and so the dudes would be like the Egyptians would come in and be like, "Oh, where's the rubbish truck?" And the first time, and I was like, "What the fuck are you? What is he saying? Like what?" He's asking for the trash truck. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Where's the rubbish truck?" And
Is that C-130 over there?
we're like, what? What is happening? What is going on right now?
Listen, we're waiting for the C1 fat ass to roll in. That's what.
But you know what? When we get those C-130s that I forget what they're called, but they had the guns on them.
AC-130.
Yeah, the AC.
Ghost Riders.
Man.
Bad motherfuckers. Those
Yeah,
guys.
those are bad
Gangster,
bitches.
dude. Those things would roll in, and everybody would be like, "Oh my god, that's." Whoo. Like everybody's creaming their pants because that thing is just gangster.
Like, how many boners did you count in one day? Just
a
from when
lot.
they were around. Like a lot of boners.
All of them.
So
I counted all
of
of them at Azores.
so like those are some of the cool ones to see, but like the ones like some of us saw in like Bagram, it was like middle of the night and you see a completely black colored C-130, like no lights, no markings. It's just painted black. I don't even know who owns it. And then they just pull down. They had the ramp drops to like
AOG, bro.
I think
Two
somebody's
land-
knocking at your door there right now.
No.
It's the CIA. You're fucked.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, so like 2 Land Rovers drive out, and then the ramp comes up, and they just take off. Gone.
OGA, dude. OGA owns them.
Yep.
It's like when
Yep.
the Spanish. So some diver found some gold or some shit that belonged to the Spanish off the coast of Florida, and this was like I want to say 2012 ish, 2011 ish, and so they
I think I apologize for interrupting. I think I watched something on this where the dude, it was like off the coast of Florida. It was like a Spanish wreck that got wrecked in like a storm, and they've been hunting for this fucking treasure for a long time, right?
right. So ended up it belonged to Spain. So the Spanish came and they showed up with 130s, and I caught them, and it's dudes with fucking M16s and shit. And I'm trying to walk out to the jet and be like, hey, you need a fucking rubbish truck. Like, I'm just trying to do my job. And they're like, oh, you halt. And I was like, what, wait a minute. Like, and that was a weird thing too, because when you're on different countries' bases, because the Azores doesn't belong to us, we just kind of rented it.
Right, it's in
And so
Spain or near Spain, right? Or like
it's on Portuguese islands about
it's
900
Portugal.
miles
Okay,
off.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's about 900 miles off the coast. So when you're on these different islands, you still have that aspect of I'm an American and I'm an American soldier. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, I'm doing my job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so these guys, they're like, halt, stop, what, and I'm going out there and all I got's a fucking whistle. And
Don't make me blow this.
I'll get you.
I got a whistle and they're making me wear a fucking cover on the flight line.
A
And I'm
rape
like,
whistle?
what the fuck? I got a whistle and a fucking reflective belt.
Listen,
So
reflective belts save lives, okay?
Yes.
They're fucking bulletproof. Everybody knows it. All right.
We argued
I
that for the
argue with
longest
this
time in Afghanistan. Like, do we not wear reflective belts on the
No.
flight line?
They
Because
save
nobody else
lives.
has electricity except us, and all the lights are shining on us. So far
No.
away, we're just little targets. Like,
False. They save lives.
yeah.
So yeah, I get out there and the dude argues with me, and then he finally realizes that I'm cool, and I'm like, "How do you not? I got Air Force and shit written on my shirt."
Hey man, I know strippers, man. You know how many strippers I know? What's up?
So finally, we ended up none of our team got to get within like 100 feet of that plane, and they did their own shit with that gold on it, and then they.
You remember what the
only-
ship was called that they got the gold from?
No, I don't.
The
I
Nina
just
de
know that it
Pinta
was-
and the Santa Maria.
It was a big deal because it was like millions of dollars worth of gold, and
Yeah.
and then they acted all crazy. They didn't act like regular people whenever they got there.
Gold makes people act crazy.
I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
Have you
And
ever
it's
seen
a-
Gold Rush? Have you ever seen Gold Rush?
Yeah.
They're fucking crazy, dude.
But at the same time, the Egyptians were freaking out because their money was going down the drain, and so every time the Egyptians would land, they would give it like I got like 3 gold keychains that are solid 24 karat gold. Because they'd be like, "Oh, thank you so much. Here's a gift." And I'm like, "I'm not supposed to take a gift." And they're like, "Oh yeah, take it."
Hey, take it, you motherfucker.
So the Egyptians were trying to be really cool, and the Spanish were really freaked out.
Dang. Hey, so Mikey, what I was thinking, since you're on here, do you wanna give us a title for the episode? Because we usually like kind of juggle it, try and juggle it between ourselves, like right before we put it out.
Yeah,
Oh,
the last minute
you want
before
since
it
you're on
posts.
here, you want to help us out with the title? And
Fuck, I don't know, man. Strippers and blow.
I was leaning towards strippers and blow too.
I like it. Grab my pencil here.
No,
Well-
I really appreciate you guys having me on. Like I said, this has really helped me out. I've honestly mentally been having a tough week, and this really, I didn't honestly want to be on. I did, but I was scared and nervous, and it's really been awesome talking to you guys.
Dude, anytime hit us up, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to do another podcast with us or whatever, hit us up.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Anytime you got those fucking bunched up feelings, bro. I know, we're crew chief men, blah blah blah. Whatever, dude. Who gives a fuck? Hit us up. We're all on the same. We're all on the same.
Blackbeard, shoot him a text with all of our numbers.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
And
feel free,
you
dude.
know, Mikey, I'm always there for you. I love you, brother.
Oh, for sure, man.
Dude, we could
still
even
pisses me off. Still pisses me off that the Blackbeard is a year younger than me, and this is black.
he hasn't gone chrome yet.
Yep.
You know what? We can even do like a podcast like this, and we don't have to record it. You could just jump on and fucking shoot the shit with us for an hour or two. Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Fuck yeah.
We
can
don't
talk
have
about-
to, we don't have to press record.
We can talk about our
get
real
on
jobs,
here.
like
We
what we
can talk
actually
about
do.
our real jobs. Yeah, we can talk about people eating Subway in the bathroom and that kind of shit.
Oh, God, he still does that.
Is he still there? I haven't.
Yeah, he's
even
still
seen
there.
him. I haven't even
He's
seen
gonna
him.
listen to this one
Every-
day and fucking.
I
every-
kind
kill
of feel
you.
bad about talking about it because he's
I
gonna
don't.
be like, "Those are the guys," and
I
then
don't at
Justin's
all.
gonna be like, "Ah!"
You
Wait,
know
no,
what?
Justin listens. To this.
I would totally be down to fucking eat a Subway sandwich in the room.
Let me tell you, when you go in there to clean it and you're like, this fucking guy. Again.
No, when
Especially
you go in
like
there,
like a truck stop or something, that'd be badass.
when
Like
you go in there to take a piss and you hear a Subway wrapper or see it on the floor, you're kind of look at yourself the first time you see it. Because I remember
Yeah.
going from F-16s to being a janitor where I'm at now. I was like, why is there a Subway wrapper on the floor with the stall closed and locked? Like, what the fuck? Is this like a thing? Is this like a thing that they do down here? I was like, I need to go back to FMS, bro, because this is fucked up kind of shit. You know what I mean?
I gotta say that fucking flight line chow hall that you guys had at Tyndall.
The Q, bro.
Yep.
Yes,
Oh
the
my
Q. Everybody loves the Q, dude.
Yep.
That was the most gangster shit. That was better than Kandahar. That was better. That was the best.
Remember the
Everybody
flight kitchen
loves
they
the
tried to
Q,
open
dude.
up next to the 90th there? Fucking, were you there or did you leave already by
No,
the time?
I must have left.
Yeah, I remember the first day it opened. Fucking, we ended up getting named fucking Big Worms because Eddie fucking got a salad out of there and it had worms in it. So after that, forever it was called Big Worms.
I've only gone to one rival like chow hall, and that was in Kuwait at Ali Al Salim. That shit was fucking bomb, bro. It was like, I mean, until the Italians walked up and were like touching the food over the sneeze guard. They're like, yeah, boo, and then like touching the food. So then they had to take the whole shit back. You know what I mean? Like, but other than that, Ali Al Salim was fucking rad when it came to chow halls, dude.
Don't
And
ever eat the curry in Afghanistan from the locals, because there was one little shop like where they weren't Beats by Dre, it was like Beats by Day Day, you know, they're the knockoffs. but there's a little shop
Beats by
next to
Ahmed.
it. Yeah, there's a little shop next to it where he would make like chicken curry or something or whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it was like the rats or something from the flight line because it tasted good, but everybody was like full, like that 15-mile-an-hour flight line speed limit did not apply. Like it was only a short drive back to the AMU, and you're just hauling ass down the fucking.
Can't
flight
believe I
line.
had rat today.
So at Tyndall, we're on T. This is like my second or third TDY to Tyndall, and then we're sitting at the chow hall, and I'm like, man, these pickles are fucking amazing because I hate McDonald's pickles. I want real pickles. Like McDonald's pickles are bullshit. And I was like, these pickles are fucking amazing. And my supervisor goes, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, have you tasted the pickles?" He's like, "Man, I grew up on a pickle farm, and my dad made these pickles. He has the contract with all the United States Air Force Base."
Yes.
So
Yeah.
my supervisor he was like, "Are you bullshitting me?" I was like, "No, dude, I fucking love these pickles."
Hell yeah, dude. You got the hookup.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him? Do you know
Pickles
him
for
now?
life.
Are you like, hey man,
Yeah, I still know him now.
hey
Now,
man,
so
I
I will
need
I will say, has any of your guys' squadron snack bar ever had a contract to get tornadoes?
No.
no,
So-
only
That'd
the
be
Q,
amazing.
only
So
only
at-
the Q had tornadoes. The only other snack bar that was like really, really good is Viper's snack bar at Nellis.
So
Beyond that,
at the Rock, we had our snack bar. It was run by this big fat dude.
have you seen how big your airplanes are? Of
Yeah.
course, they brought fucking everything in the back of those to put in the fucking snack bars.
So ours was the only one open 24/7. So every other snack bar was only open on day shift. Ours was open all the time.
Did
Mid
it have a
shift
camera?
swings. Yeah, they had a bunch of cameras. They actually caught one of the airmen stealing like $20 bills
Honor
out of it.
system.
No.
We never
we had
cameras.
we had a lot of bad like fuck ups, and they would come into work and
Put
work
them
the
in.
snack bar. Yeah. But we had tornadoes, we had hot dogs, we had brats, we
Yeah.
made so much money that AFES was knocking on our door because they wanted their cut.
Yeah, they'll
we-
come after you, man.
So
oh yeah.
Real.
They're
So
like,
he had to donate.
"Hey, we
like,
hear
no-
you selling hot dogs without giving us a cut, huh?"
No joke. So to get around it, he would donate like $3,000 a week to the Squadron Booster Club. So technically, he only made like $500 for the week.
Yo,
But
Gotta
in
pay your
reality-
dues to the AFES Mafia.
hey,
he ma-
check this out. Speaking of stuff to sell to AFES, okay, I have maybe something we can invest in, all of us, all four of us right now. It's an energy drink. It's called Code 1 Energy because you'll never crash on this shit, right? And we sell it to AFES, and we have fucking different, like, you have like Strike Eagle Strawberry, and you have like, the
Trash-
Hog Grape, like
Trash hauler coffee.
trash hauler coffee. You know what I mean? But Code 1 Energy, dude, you'll never
Mhm.
crash on this shit.
That's
Awesome,
a good
right?
idea. Yeah. That's
Dude.
perfect.
Somebody's gonna steal it, and they're gonna
Oh,
get rich off AFES, and we aren't.
You got to cut that out.
Investors, possibly you.
I have a quick.
It's already patented.
I have one more quick story.
Hell yeah, send it.
So they used to have wing nights in Guam at the Airmen's Club, and I think they were on. It was on Thursdays, and they made a mistake, and they did 50-cent wings, and 50-cent pitchers,
Mhm.
and so everybody
crew
went.
chiefs?
It was
Fucking crew chiefs? Jesus.
no, it was
Horrible.
the whole. It was the whole
fucking
squadron,
melee,
dude.
bro.
It was crew chiefs.
It was one night
specs,
only.
Only
weapons,
one night.
One night stand.
Well, so when we first went there, like the place was a wreck, and they gave us the shittiest dorms, and we had to paint shit, and we had to fix everything up, and they had to fix the air conditioners to give us dorms that were whatever that's called, we're not supposed to live in them anymore and shit. And we had
Condemned.
condemned dorms, and they had to fix them all up, and we had to fix all our shit up. But it was the first time that the Raptors were doing some main shit. And so anyway, they had these wing night Thursdays, and 50-cent wings and 50-cent pitchers for the first like 2, and then they changed the pitcher prices because they realized that they fucked up. But so everybody goes to wing night. Me in particular got into a fight with one of my best friends. He's dinged his head off of some stuff. He tackled me like a spider monkey. A particular staff sergeant took me back to my room. The SPs followed the trail of blood after back to the room.
Oh shit.
They're like, so we heard a giant guy did this, and he's like, nope, I'm his supervisor, and that didn't happen. He's asleep, and I'm watching him because he was drunk. And they're like, okay, we'll take your word. Thank God. But then the next morning was Friday, and so we're doing a FOD walk, and everybody does their FOD walk, and we get all the way from one end all the way back to the age line, and there's like 25 people throwing up.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
General from a general, I think, and it might have been an admiral from another base. We're riding with Chief in the golf cart, and shows up as we're throwing up.
Oh shit.
And so she just turns the shit around and takes off.
Fuck, dude.
And so at the end of the day, Chief comes back in. He's like, all right, boys. Because our chief was a crew chief too. And so, he was a little bit cooler with us than everybody else. He's like, I don't know what happened, and I don't want to know what happened, but don't ever let that happen again. Like that was terrible.
Right. Hell yeah. Hey, like speaking of FOD walk, okay, so we know everybody on FOD walk likes to talk about different bullshit, right?
Oh yeah.
You have 20 or 20 more than 20 different conversations going around about fucked up shit on FOD
Depends on
walk,
where you're
right?
at and what FOD walk you're going to.
Right. What I would like to start on Keys to the Jet is a segment called FOD Walk Diaries, where someone hopefully sends in something that like something fucked up that you would talk about on Keys to the Jet, or I'm sorry, something that you would talk about on FOD Walk, and we put it in the segment of FOD Walk Diaries, just because I remember talking about fucked up shit on FOD Walk, like duck-billed Dirty Sanchez's, is like one thing that we talked about on FOD Walk that I could remember out of the many FOD walks that we did. But you get my drift. It like
between the four of us, I think we've done thousands of FOD walks.
Right. We should do I think we should start a segment called FOD Walk Diaries and have somebody send in, or because we haven't gotten any engagement yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what I'm asking is the listeners, come on, engage, help us out. Yeah. Let's fucking do this podcast together. Send us in some segments, send us in some shit. We're not going to use your names, nothing like that, so you're not going to get in trouble. Let's just fucking do it. This podcast is not only for us, but it is for you as well. Yep. So, it helps out a lot of people who haven't had this type of camaraderie for a long time. Mm-hmm. So, that's all
I agree. I agree with that 100,000%. I kind of wonder if it should be the back of the truck diaries.
Ooh, that'd be a good
one. We need to have a segment about that because
that'd be a good one too.
We probably couldn't record. We probably couldn't record half of it.
I've heard some shit in the back of the truck that I like I won't tell my wife. Like,
yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, you're completely correct.
Like I'm never gonna tell anybody ever the shit that happened in the back of the truck.
Dude, I put
100%.
I put an Expediter truck picture up on Facebook the other day, along with our links and all that shit. And there were guys who were like, I'm not saying anything about that motherfucking truck. And I was like, come on, dude. Why the fuck not? Like, You know, I just want to remind people that this
It's
is also
it's kind of a sore topic.
I just want to remind everybody that this is also for you. Like, make this like
Yeah.
we're doing it right as maintainers, but make this your podcast.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
definitely we can do it all anonymous too. So
make it
Yes.
yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
Make it, you know, as a maintainer nation.
mean-
I don't want to use their name or like
If you use
know
your
it's their
professional
name.
call sign or nickname from the Air Force, I mean, like Pants, we ruined his life from that story. So,
but
Well,
make it
and like I said, like this helps me out a lot, man. That you guys are talking to me tonight. Like this has really helped me a lot.
fuck yeah, man.
But as far as with like the back of the truck stuff, like I'll tell you every fucking back of the truck story, but we have to edit it highly.
Oh, of course. Of course. I'll take notes. I'll take notes the whole time, dude. I'll take notes the whole time. But like I said, I want you guys, all you listeners, to make this your podcast.
I think this would be a great episode too, because you get little Mikey in here, like somebody like, because there's a lot of crew chiefs that listen to this, and this is coming from a real crew chief who just happened to listen to this and like, do this helps me a lot, like to talk about this. Like, hopefully that'll encourage people to like send in stories and open up and talk about stuff, because that's what this is for. Like, we didn't think this would get this big, but we're getting big pretty fast, pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's and you know, it's not like we're talking about shit that I don't want to talk about and things like that, because there's a lot of things that I don't want to talk about, but being able to like I said, you know, I don't know, this is just I don't know, repeat of the record, I guess, but you know, just being able to talk to you guys and talk to some guys, same mindset and everything like that, like it's like mentally I feel a whole lot fucking better than I did 2 hours ago, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Hey, so let me, okay. When you were in tech school, I would just want to ask, because I know MTLs are fucking douchebags. Like, you being a bigger guy than most people. Like, how was your experience in
Yeah.
fucking tech school
Did
compared
you-
to everybody else?
Did you or did you not do the shepherd shuffle?
Wait,
So there was a couple of MTIs who would stand on chairs to yell at me.
wait. Okay, so hold on really quick. What year did you go in, Mikey?
2007.
And what year did you go in, Jay?
Me?
Yeah.
3.
Okay, do you guys remember boots cost money? Boots cost money.
Oh yeah.
When you're fucking doing
vaguely.
the march, when you're doing the
Uh-huh.
march and they say boots cost money and you had to drug your shit.
Oh no, we didn't do that.
No.
No,
weren't
at
like
tech
that.
school.
We
At
weren't that
tech
dumb.
school? God damn it.
I thought you were just
No,
talking
I
about
had-
cheap fucking squadrons.
No, because I went in, I was there in 05.
Are you talking about
And
the Bud
so-
Light Squadron?
No, okay. So there was this guy. No, so there was this guy that like apparently drug one of his feet maybe or something, but all the time we drag our boots and say boots cost money. I don't remember. I was in tech school, dude. It wasn't that fun. I'm sorry, Mikey. Go ahead. Tell me your experience. I want to hear it. I'm gonna cut all that bullshit out.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
I asked you about your experience in tech school because you were a larger man than most, and if those assholes were assholes to you.
Oh, well, give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna go pee real quick.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys, this has been a great episode so far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
been
it's
great.
a real good one.
It's been a really good one. Actually, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because nobody said anything.
Well, I mean,
we didn't
I-
have a
I-
structure from anybody.
I expected the same from Fab as always, but you know.
Damn you, Fab. I thought you said you were getting off at 9.
Yeah, I gotta get off because we ordered pizza at like 7:30.
Yo, let me get some pizza, dude. I want some. Dang, man.
But
Okay.
I'll wait till Mikey comes back on, and if you guys want to keep talking, I'll just.
Well, you got to
Box.
do your veteran
All right,
service.
I'm back. You can't quit
gotta
on me
do-
now, man.
You got to do your veteran thing too, as well. So once Mikey's done, do your veteran thing, and then we can.
Okay, wrap it up.
So in basic, I had had like multiple TIs because one of them was in training and one of them was a red stripe who had gotten in trouble for fucking a chick that was in basic, and so he had lost his stripe. And so I had that guy also, and then I also had a guy from Vietnam who was a guard guy.
Oh boy.
And so basic was really
Show me your war face.
basic was strange for me. So like I was the what do they call that? The pod captain or the dorm chief. I was the dorm chief because I was older than everybody else. And then like 2 days before we graduated, the middle kind of TI, he had left for a meeting or some shit, and they left us outside. And so we waited there like an hour, and then finally everybody's like, "Fucking go get somebody." So I went to the snake pit and did all my facing movements right. And I got up there, and this lady was like, "Hey, you fucked up a whole bunch." And I don't remember what she said I did wrong. And I was like, no, I didn't. Like I know I didn't. And the Vietnam guy was there sitting next to her. And so he took me outside and he made me do leg lifts, and then he made me do sit-ups, and then he made me do push-ups, and I did 302 consecutive push-ups. And finally he said,
God.
he said, "All right, I'm going to let you go, but you're not a dorm chief anymore. So give me that badge."
Did
And
you
I'm
say
like, "All right."
300? 302?
Yeah. And so I did 302 consecutive push-ups. And I was like, "All right, fine." And so I gave him my badge. And then we graduated. And then we went on. And Shepherd was regular and normal. And then when we got to Tyndall, both of our dudes, our cadre guys, were like, "It's hot here. Sure is hot here. You guys know where else it's hot? Iraq. You ever been to Iraq? No, you haven't. We have. We've both been blown up." And they said that every fucking day. And so one of them I actually still talk to. Talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he's doing really well. He's a chief now. And but those guys, they were real hard asses. Both of them were trans, and not like the Bud Light shit, but like the
I was gonna say, whoa.
Oh shit. Oh well, I mean
and
Speaking
and
of Bud Light,
they were really really cool guys. And the one that I still talk to, he's a full metal leg on his left side, and he's a senior or a chief now, and he's doing awesome. But he challenged us to a race one day, and everybody was like, "Oh, pick little Mikey, pick this guy, pick this guy." And he's like, "Nope, I'm picking this guy." And the guy that he picked was the fattest, slowest motherfucker in the whole group.
maybe
And
he liked
so,
wings, dude. Maybe he was a wing fan.
so
He was a special kind of guy.
man, it was so after that it went downhill. Then they were like, "Yeah, you're in the 43rd," and then everything was downhill, and I was like, "Oh God." And then things started changing.
Man, you got
And
stung,
things went
dude.
up.
Get
things
stung.
You
things
got
went up after that.
stung.
But yeah, man, no, and honestly, to me, like basic, like tech school, not so much, but basic, like that's what I thought the military was supposed to be like. And then I got to tech school and I was like, all right, this is okay, I can deal with it. And then I got to the real military and I was like,
You were in the
bro,
real
this,
military? I was never in the real military.
Wait, you were in the
That's all
real? You were in the
they
real
always
one?
told me
I was like,
in the real Air Force.
Everyone always
man,
said I was in the chair force, and then I sat in chairs underneath airplanes all the time.
I was like, man, this is really fucking chillax.
Yeah.
But then you get deployed a few times and stuff, and then whenever you finally get out and you get old, then you realize that yeah, your shit was hard. But no, I kind of I don't know. I like other than the friends that I met and stuff. Like I kind of always wished I would have joined the Army of the Marines because it was a lot different once you change courses. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, for me, I gotta get going. But little Mikey, it's been great, dude. Definitely have to have you on again sometime soon for sure.
Yeah.
Because we could probably do like a whole little Mikey series.
Actually, on episode 10, we're gonna live stream and then probably get every guest that's been on.
At least a call
On.
in, yeah.
Yeah, at least a call in for that
Cool.
episode. Yeah.
I can't wait to talk to the late 1900s guy.
Which one? There's two of them.
Yeah.
There's two of them.
The mayor.
The mayor, dude. Look, the mayor's badass, bro. He's one of my best friends. I love that guy.
No, he seems like a badass dude. I just I've been dubbed the general of the E4 mafia.
Yes.
I think all
Sir.
Stand by.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell
that's
yeah.
pretty awesome. I was like,
we gotta
yeah,
we gotta
called
do
the
that.
mayor.
So
That's badass.
when we're live streaming and if little Mikey calls in, someone's got to yell stand by and all of us just stand up. live stream.
Yeah. I'm definitely still in the
And
E4 Mafia. I've never left, bro. Never left.
Little Mikey comes on, he's like, at ease, boys.
That's why one of my buddies the other day was like, man, Staff Sergeant was my favorite rank. And I was like, you're fucking stupid, dude.
Oh, Senior Airman was the best.
I was at E4 for 5 fucking years. Like,
Yes.
that was golden.
Senior Airman was the best, dude.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. So, Mikey, I don't know if you know, but usually at the end of every episode, I talk about some type of veteran outreach program. It's just kind of one of our things that we do. I don't remember what we did in the last one.
We did.
This is Till Valhalla, I think.
Yes.
So this one, anybody heard of DAV or Disabled American Veterans?
Yeah,
I get letters.
I get letters from them all the time.
They
Me too.
have done a lot of my claims, and I'll tell you what, they're a solid group, and I really believe in them. And I think that they're a really, really awesome group, and they really help us a lot.
So they're
Hell yeah.
part of their mission statement is that they are dedicated to a single purpose, and that is to empower veterans to live a high quality life with respect and dignity that the country never gave them. So we accomplish this by ensuring that veterans and their families can access the full range of benefits available to them at all times. Fighting for the interests of America's injured heroes on Capitol Hill is their number one priority, and educating the public about the great sacrifices and needs that us, all 4 of us as veterans, transitioning back to civilian life encounter on our daily lives. So they go back pretty far. They're always you always see them in the news and stuff like that talking on Capitol Hill about our veterans benefits and VA benefits. So great organization. Like little Mikey said, hit them up if you're struggling with your benefits and disability and stuff like that. They will fight for you. They will do pretty much all the legwork for you.
They also have a team of lawyers that is free of charge that will fight for you, that will help you with your stuff. So if you're having troubles with that, that's an amazing thing that they do also.
They were an organization that helped my cousin Jimmy get his wheelchair or his like power scooter that he needed. He fought with the VA for years trying to get it, and even though he's 100% disabled plus, and it was the DAV that actually helped him win it and get a scooter paid for.
So funny. So you talk about like older veterans needing like walkers and stuff like that. So the VA in Milwaukee, my dad is a manager for an old folks home, and the new walkers that they came out with, they look like military gray color, and at the lowest setting, like when you adjust the height or whatever, it's called F16, and then the next medium size is F22, and then the highest one is F35.
I have an F22. It's got shocks on it. It's got a seat.
Don't pin my ride.
The lady brought it out, and I was like, I'm gonna name her Destiny.
Hell yeah.
But it's got
yeah.
it's got a little bag on the front so you can keep your shit in it. It's got a seat on it. It folds up. It's got shocks on it.
Fuck yeah.
It sucks to be on a walker at 40 years old, but you know what? I'm so thankful that the DAV was there to help me to get that shit, and so thankful that I got those privileges that I have it, because I truly do need it. You know, I'm raising a 4-year-old right now, and it's hard to get around by myself without that, and that's a major thing. I know it's fucked up, but it is what it is.
Right.
I put that on an EPR one time, and the flight chief said, "What the fuck is this?" And I said, "Well, it is what it is."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, Mikey, thank you for coming on this episode. I really appreciate it. And like we said before in the beginning of the episode, anytime we don't have to record it. We don't have to do nothing. We can just shoot the shit for a while. Fucking hit us up, please.
Cool.
Email, Facebook, fucking phone numbers, whatever. Hit us up, man.
Dude, we can
Super
even do
appreciate
like a group cell phone call too. I don't care. I'll grab a bottle of whiskey and sit out by the fire and just put it on speaker and talk.
Super appreciate it, guys. Like I said, like today I got to pound some Bud Ices, and at the very last I got to throw down a Four Loko, and
hell yeah.
I'm not all jacked up or anything like that, but it was really nice because raising a 4-year-old on my own, I don't really get a chance to do that shit because I don't have the opportunity, and life's not fucking easy like it used to be.
Right.
Oh, damn right.
And to anyone else out there, like the same thing goes. Like you want to chill with us for a second, hit us up. Right. And then we'll make it.
We might tell you what we really do. It's kind of relate what we,
We're janitors.
Yeah.
We're fucking janitors,
Always.
dude. My favorite my favorite thing about being a janitor is lunch. Okay. Like I said before. But yeah, anybody else, you need something, hit us up, please. By all means, email, whatever. Let us know. Okay.
So since my little Mikey's the guest, sir, at the end of everything we pull chalk. So if you want to be the do the honors,
all right,
you would.
You motherfuckers have a great night. I love you. Really appreciate you guys talking to me tonight.
Hell yeah, love you too, bro.
Yep.
Let's pull chalks, bro.
Pull chalks, we're out. Hell yeah.
Deuces.
Yep.